Okay, so let's talk about the reason why we're here, which is not only boredom but the virus itself. Now, the virus has taken toll. Uh, Not on me because I'm an introvert. I'm fine. I'm cool with this. I like it. Everything is quiet. Everything is empty. I like this situation. But it's taken a toll on my dear Gujarati friend here who loves to go out and talk and eat.
I honestly thought, because exams were over on 18th, I really thought people are going to get out and we're going to do like a lot of garba.
Yeah, yeah.
And I was really hopeful that this would happen. I hope I sound like an NDTV reporter because that's what they do. But anyway, I mean, when my parents came to receive me, they actually told me, why is nobody even smiling? Like, your exam just got over, but nobody gives a damn. Everybody's like, what is happening around us?
I did notice one thing though. I think for the English exam, I wore a mask.
Yeah.
I was one of 5 people who wore a mask, and 3 other people in that group wore a mask due to my suggestion. So I was one of the few people who wore a mask to the English exam.
So you freaked a lot of people out there.
But no, they were like, "Kya aise tere ko marna hai?"
I tell you what, my class, they were really scared about the coronavirus because Vinil Shastry wore a mask.
Acha.
Because you are a very serious person, as conceived. Like, I am going to cut this part out, because my class people say they will laugh at me. So anyway,
I'm the most sarcastic person in my mind. Nothing I tell you should be taken seriously. That's not ideal because I'm going to be talking about real stuff here. But
yeah,
but do not take me seriously for anything I say. Literally,
like,
everything I say has a hidden joke in it.
Real talk though, but I was not really worried that much. None of the Gujaratis worried that much until when 8 o'clock Narendra Modi came. It's like, ताली बजाने का है.
अपना ही भाई है.
and like ये बोल रहा था सच होएगा रे. Now this is.
I was 10 from the start. My mother, who's Gujarati on the inside, similar. No, yeah, she lived for 10 years in Mehsana and she's turned into a proper Gujarati.
Yeah.
She wasn't tense. She was like, I was like, just buy like 5 kgs of atta so we'll have atta to survive on. And she's like, okay, 2 things. Okay, 1, it is not going to be that big. 2, we don't eat atta, we eat rice.
Yeah, you're something. But when I asked my parents why we are not hoarding, they actually told me that hoarding is bad when you look at it from a larger perspective.
I did. I
and
realized that later.
Because I didn't go. I was so scared. I've been inside the house. I think this is day 5, and I have not even stepped out of ghar ka jali. I have not even gone to the lift. That's how inside I've been.
My father did point out a similarity. He told, although this is not a very efficient term, but for lack of a better word, it is a warlike situation.
Yeah.
It's not only because everybody's scared and there's like a sense of fear and
panic,
hopelessness and helplessness in everybody.
Yeah, because we don't know what we're gonna face.
One of the best observations is that people are spying on each other. Yeah. Because there have been ambulances outside, like tons of societies here, right?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I know what you're getting on.
But the ambulances were always accompanied by cops. There's one reason: snitches.
People get really. I have been sent 4 or 5 videos. Yeah. 2 of them by very enthusiastic relatives who are like, Meerav, YouTube video. So now you have it. But others, because there are huge WhatsApp groups in our society. And like mom showed me those videos, and there was one from I block and there are people from L block, and they are being taken away. And it's not only the cops that are coming, cops are not wearing masks.
Oh yeah, the cops are wearing masks.
2 of the cops are actually touching that guy and not even caring about it. And one of the cops is like, he has that handkerchief on his cover.
Like that's good to do anything. Like that's good to do. Masks also do almost nothing, near nothing against the virus. But it's like a sign that you actually care.
Yeah, and because the fact with masks is that people who are wearing masks, a good portion of that people actually know how to use that mask, and that actually shows that they've been caring about themselves and people around them. Because the most common way this thing is spreading is by contact and then touching your face and then it going in.
Yeah, and also the philosophy or the ideology that you're self-quarantining to protect yourself. Well, it's not that. You're not staying in your house to just protect yourself from the virus. The thing is that, to be fair, for people our age and I think up till 30, I want to say 30, 40 years old, they're going to be quite safe from the virus because their death rate, like the death rates for those ages are very low.
Yeah.
The thing is, we're going out to prevent being a vector ourselves for the disease.
Talking about vectors, before that, but today morning, like we said, people below 30, they have a very low death rate. Today morning in the newspaper, there is this sensational article. It's like a full page article. And
Ahmedabad Times is sensational.
Ahmedabad, no, I'm talking about Ahmedabad Mirror. This is the first time I've noticed something which has been sensationalized in Ahmedabad Mirror. Because other than celebrities, yeah. And it was about the first case of coronavirus from Gujarat, from Ahmedabad. And that girl has told her whole story. And she's actually not given an interview to the paper. She put that out to her friends as a message, it's like a diary account. She put that out as a message to her friends, and now somehow a newspaper is publishing it. I don't know, with or without her consent.
A friend must have made some.
Yeah, but or maybe with her consent, because they are hiding the name. That's what they're saying. We are hiding the name to not.
Gujaratis are like industrious little fellows.
Yeah. Like 300 rupees I got. Bad joke though, but. And so, talking about, there's this thing which there's not talked about a lot, but now it's catched a whole lot of limelight, which is like super spreaders. People who are super spreaders are basically their immunity is so strong that they don't notice the symptoms of the virus, but they are not only hosts for it, but they are propagating it more than. So, there's a thing called the 20-80 rule, wherein 1 out of 5 people will propagate any virus at least 50 times more than the other 4.
Okay.
And scientists were researching on it all the way back since SARS, which was like 2002. And then MERS happened in 2011. And now it's 2020. And it's...
Them goddamn extroverts again. Like, now, मेरे को इंसानों से मिलना है and they meet too many insans.
And then they spread it too much. Yeah.
See, stay at home, play FIFA, play 2K, and that should be your life right now.
That's a good one. Like that's what we did after exam.
I think we can trace how this thing became such a big epidemic.
Yeah.
They were the first case came back in November. I want to say in November, and it became quite a big topic in December when there was a cluster of cases in the Wuhan province. But the thing is, the one doctor who, this is what I've heard, the one doctor
actually warned them, died of coronavirus.
No, actually died of coronavirus, which is slightly...
Both of them did.
Which is slightly, because the government ignored him in the first case.
Yeah.
And that's why it killed so many people in China. The thing is, the people's justification for that is that, look at China nowadays. I mean, now it's like the safest place against the virus. Yeah, it killed 3,000 people along with it.
Yeah. Now, I mean, okay, there's 2 things I want to talk about on that. One, let's trace the whole virus thing. But also, I've been reading like a lot of conspiracy theories about how this is a biological weapon. So first about tracing it, around November, they noted some cases of severe pneumonia. But with symptoms of flu along with pneumonia. And then it was given to the local hospital of Wuhan. But by December, they were not able to cure that pneumonia. And so they notified the World Health Organization about it. And it just ignored them. And on December 31, they finally announced that this is a new strain of a coronavirus. So coronavirus is a group of viruses which are very similar, but so this is the thing with viruses, every 10 years or every 8 to 12 years, they can develop a mutation so significant that it's completely different from the previous one, and it develops new capabilities.
I'm pretty sure BBC had an article on the deadly new coronavirus back in 2013.
Bill Gates warned people about
it. He did it in one of his TED Talks.
In 2015. Saw that. And I am so proud to tell you, I watched that TED Talk in when I really had my first phone. And that's the thing I watched before this. and on the whole world is going like, hey, Bill Gates se bola tha, tum meko malum hai.
I'll tell you what, there were definitely people telling like that we need a new plague.
Yeah.
And I was like, it's not that great. It's not that great. Sure, people die and it helps populations, but it's not that great. Like, this situation is like, they might shut down the Wi-Fi every day now.
Yeah.
It's, so once it really spread in China, I think it was known as SARS-CoV-2.
SARS-CoV-2 because it is a direct mutation from the original SARS virus.
And it was a newly discovered virus closely related to the bat coronavirus. So here's where the conspiracy theory is coming. There were 3 theories, if I'm not wrong. One of them was that China made this as bioweaponry and it went haywire and it spread.
You know where that comes from?
Where?
There is a book in somewhere in the 80s, in the 1900s, and it calls a virus called the Wuhan 400, which is a biological weapon manufactured by the Chinese government to attack other countries. But they can't control it, and like a test tube falls, and people are infected. You've seen that part in World War C, right?
Oh, I see.
Like the doctor is trying to look at the microscope of the main strain, and he gets infected, and he becomes a zombie, and the whole lab becomes a zombie.
Yeah.
Very similar to that in that book. And they can't control it, and it's a complete haywire outbreak, and just China goes into an anarchy. That was
like see, all of these are books and stuff, but I only take my future predictions from one reliable source, that is Simpsons. Yeah. The Simpsons predicted this back, I think, in the 90s, season 18, I want to say, and they predicted this back in the 90s, saying some flu from Asia entered the city.
Yeah. So that's really accurate.
That's one of them, and the other one is that America somehow infected the people of China with the virus.
Okay.
As their
biology. But okay, so just to clear it out, the image is doing rounds on the internet with coronavirus written and the Simpsons.
Yeah.
That's edited.
That's
Photoshop.
But the storyline is
similar. The storyline they actually predicted, and this was also used as a very huge meme when the SARS happened and when the MERS happened. Yeah. So SARS happened in 2002, MERS happened in 2011. When SARS was carried to Middle East and it mutated there, and it became the Middle Eastern Respiratory Syndrome. But apart from that, how this came back in China is another thing to talk about, because a lot of cases, so as you talked about pneumonia, a lot of pneumonia cases in December.
Yeah.
So around 1/3 of those people, they recalled that they went, they told the doctors that they went to a wet market in Wuhan. So wet markets is also a thing to talk about in China, because as we studied this in school, right? China had a huge famine in civics last year. I think we studied that.
Oh yeah, we did.
Yeah, China had a huge famine, and under Mao, and India was a democracy, so we didn't face it a lot. Yeah. And like the textbook was glorifying us and putting them in bad. Yeah. And so after that famine, some things that changed in China were that people were more attracted, or they were more leaned against for meat-based food. So the Chinese government allowed poultry-like production of almost every species. Like you can breed any kind of animal you want and sell it in wet markets, and people will actually buy it. And some of it, is considered exquisite, and other is
like pangolins.
Yeah, and pangolins is an endangered animal, and still they sell it there.
Here, the newly discovered virus was closely related to bat coronavirus and the pangolin.
And the pangolin, because pangolins and bats, they don't usually have human interaction.
Plus, we're not usually supposed to eat them.
Yeah,
I mean, we can eat anything. Like, if you want to eat a bat, you do you, but don't start a worldwide epidemic.
Yeah.
But to be fair, I do not believe any of these. I think they're just conspiracy theories, and they're going to remain conspiracy theories because they're all very, very tough to believe.
But the bad thing, I tell you, the timing of it is, it's really, when I actually read the whole thing and I connect some dots, I just sat like that for like a good 15 minutes. Because I was just in awe. You would think this happened just before the Lunar New Year. You know? Like, अपने यहाँ पे दिवाली होता है. अपन बाहर जाके अच्छी अच्छी चीजें खरीदते हैं. Like, you know, we want to have delicious food, we want to have great food, we want to buy. It's like a festive time. So it was before the Lunar New Year where people actually frequently visit the wet markets for exquisite food, which is going to be some sort of uncommon food for us. But it's common for them.
Well, then Gordon Ramsay is spreading like 15 new coronaviruses every year. The guy eats whatever he finds.
Yeah. And then he makes videos about bad kitchens.
He calls it ethnic food that needs to be protected.
Yeah. I've seen that. That's a huge video.
Eating bats is not. Okay, this might be very biased because I'm a vegetarian.
So am I.
But yeah, if you are in such a circumstance where you really need to eat a bat because of sheer hunger, go ahead.
Yeah.
But if you're not supposed to eat it and if it's come out of a cave, please don't eat it. You're going to kill 45,000 people.
We should make an advisory video also where we put in all these facts. Don't eat bats.
Like, I don't give a shit if you start a virus or not. I just don't want to see people eating bats.
But like, there's a lot of people asking this question online. Even some people ask me about it. I don't know why you're asking me, but there's this thing called herd immunity, where it comes from sheep or goat. Where if one sheep is infected with a kind of virus and it cures itself, it's going to spread that DNA information of that antibody with the whole herd.
We're talking through reproduction, right? Not just like aura spreading.
No telekinesis, okay? Yeah. No Charles Xavier. But what in humans happens is, let's say we are 20 people and 18 out of them actually get infected with the coronavirus, and let's say 4 of them die. So that's 14 people left. And so it's a total of 16 people. Well, all those 16 people will never be infected with the coronavirus.
Is that how it's going to be?
Yeah. Because those 2 people are a small number, so I don't think you exactly need reproduction to spread that genome or that information. You can, if you can spread a virus through touching each other, you can spread its cure by touching each other.
What? No.
That's a joke.
If I spit out antibodies and like spike them on somebody else's face, it's not going to get the antibody.
No, but the thing is, because, why is something, once people are cured with something, your body,
they create an antibody against it. Yeah. I'm pretty sure that's how it works, but I'm pretty sure there was a vaccine that's in the testing stage in Japan.
There was an FDA approval for one thing. Japan is testing it. Today morning I got the news. I don't know if it's right or not. I completely don't believe this source. It's partly WhatsApp, but it's partly also a believable news source. I'm connecting dots here.
Yeah.
So, a doctor from somewhere, maybe Gujarat, has actually found something that can work against the coronavirus. Not to cure it, but to cure the symptoms. Because, that's how we actually suppress the coronavirus. Yeah. To cure the symptoms, and he has been approved for sending it to Delhi for testing in better labs. And maybe we have another 8 p.m. address from Narendra Modi coming up.
I've heard a lot of these kinds of stories. I'm pretty sure there was a guy in Tamil Nadu who told he found the cure for cancer. There was one dude who stayed here in Ahmedabad. Yeah. Told he wouldn't go to work because he's the 10th incarnation of Vishnu. This was a real thing. This came in a very reliable newspaper source, Ahmedabad Times.
Ahmedabad Times.
But you can believe them for tabloid news like this.
Okay, yeah, maybe. So, I mean, but about cancer, do you know there's this conspiracy theory that America, the top tier, has the cure for cancer? Tell you why. No active president has ever been infected with, shown symptoms, or died of cancer in his term.
Yeah, waiting for Trump.
Trump won't have cancer. But there's this huge question. This guy is 70 plus. Easy, right? Can you just check that?
I'm not too sure. But he's old. He's very old.
He's damn old. All he eats is chicken wings and bone.
Oh yeah, he's 73. He's 73. Yeah. His diet is like I think he has approximately 7-8 Diet Cokes.
Dude, he'll die of heart attack any minute.
He will.
I mean, not that I want him to. I mean, I like him. Like, not like him, but like.
I thoroughly dislike him.
He's cool, man.
I thoroughly dislike him.
I just.
Sure, the jokes on him are cool. And,
yeah, I just like the entertainment.
The memes he makes are cool, but beyond that, in a serious way, I do not like him.
Yeah, nobody does in America. They all just voted him because he's such an entertainer, man. He's a performer. He can come on stage and he can rock a city.
I mean, his opponent wasn't that great either.
Yeah, I mean.
See, I'm not going to say that Hillary is an ideal choice for America because she isn't. But she's definitely better than Trump. That's all I can say. She's definitely better than Trump.
Maybe. I think we should go to America.
Huh?
I think we should go to America.
What's it go? We can't. Nobody has to leave.
Yeah.
We can't vote. We can't vote as it is.
Yeah, I mean not now, but like some years later, Masha.
Some years later, but we need. No, even if we go there without, like if we somehow enter legally.
Yeah.
We still need to get a citizenship to vote.
Yeah, how long do you have to stay there to get a citizenship?
When you go to ask for a citizenship, then they can ask you for your visa. You don't have a visa.
That's we come back full circle. Okay, no America. Canada. How about Canada?
Death to the West.
Dude, shut up. You could have Navy SEALs coming in from here and just
Death to the West.
Anyways, coming back. Okay, now let's talk about a lot of positive that's happened due to the coronavirus.
Positives are that China's pollution is an all-time.
Because fun fact, like Wuhan was one of the production epicenters of China. So like a lot of factories were set up there, and now this outbreak happens in Wuhan, and all those factories are shut down.
That's why it also spread really quickly in Wuhan.
Yeah, because there's generally going to be so much contact when it's a metropolitan area. But what also in Italy, all those rivers are getting, dolphins and ducks are coming back. I don't know how people find ducks cute, but like, anyway. And internet traffic has gone up 75%. Or 70%.
Didn't the European Union speak to Netflix or an official?
Yeah. So
slow down the amount of content you give to Europe.
They did talk to it.
They're using too much.
But like, there's a lot of services being given free to Italians. I can never imagine that in India.
I don't know, Italians. I think they quarantined 21 million people all of the north.
Yeah, maybe the whole thing.
Here's my problem with that. Okay, sure, quarantining is like staying at your house and everything.
Yeah.
But quarantining 21 million people is like quarantining nobody in particular. Because the thing is, you're telling to those 21 million people, if the virus spreads over there, you 21 million people are sort of, let's say what it is, expendables. Okay. You're fine. You 21 million people will constrict the spreading to only you 21 million people.
So if you die, you die.
Yeah, this isn't...
Death is death.
Sure, their quarantining slows down the overall spreading, but if you quarantine 21 million people, there are bound to be people who are going to say, no, I don't want to be quarantined.
Yeah, they're going to escape illegally.
The thing is, I mean, it's not like we can they arrest you? Can they arrest you if you exit during a...
Dude, in India, they are arresting people for not telling people that you came from, let's say, like in Orchid Center. A guy did not reveal his travel history and he locked himself in his house and the neighbors called the police and they knocked at his door in the morning for quite a long time.
Wait, here too one.
Yeah.
One case. One of them came from Dubai.
And he didn't open the door.
Yeah.
And so they called the police and they talked to him and he's like, I won't tell you where I came from. I've been here for as long as you can be. And he argued. And I mean, I don't know. That's the anti-gossip in my society right now. So that's what I'm putting it out there.
It genuinely does piss me off when people either say it's not that big of a deal because it's just like the flu, but it's glorified. Because it's not. It's not. The flu has...
Exactly. People in India don't take things seriously.
Anywhere.
No, No, yeah, okay, okay, yeah.
It's just a general view that it's because it kills only 2% of the people. It's not that deadly of a virus. The problem isn't that it only kills 2% of the people. The problem is that how quickly it spreads.
Yeah, because it's a very in Gujarati you call it. It's a very chapy road.
I have no idea what to say.
Like it's very quick. It transmits very quickly. Like before you realize it. And it's not only that. If you've seen these videos of people claiming to be tested positive with the coronavirus, and they've put out videos, it's not only that 2% of people are being killed. Even the youngsters, which you say, which people are saying that they are really, it won't be a problem. They won't die. Yeah. But you see those videos where people suffer that breathlessness, that the coughs, it really blocks your the whole respiratory system.
Yeah. And
it's so painful. People have to be put on ventilators.
No, it accelerates if you have asthma or undiagnosed diabetes, or even diagnosed diabetes. If you have all of that, you're going to have a problem.
Yeah, it accelerates to another level.
The scary part is that if you are one of those people who chooses to go outside and spend his evenings because everything is empty and you get shit for free, and decide that it's not going to affect you because you are immortal, the symptoms don't show until 2 weeks. So for 2 weeks, you're going to be a walking murder machine. That's literally what you're going to be. You're going to be spreading it to so many people. Sure, you'll kill only 2% of your victims, but that makes you an ineffective murderer. So that makes you an ineffective murderer.
If you want to be a murderer, just be all Ted Bundy, just like kill everybody you see. But if you don't want to be a murderer, don't even kill 2% of people you meet. So and usually what ends up happening is after this whole epidemic is over, the whole pandemic is over, I just had this thought in the back of my mind a few days ago that there are going to be some people who are going, let's say I am just coronavirus and I pass it on to you and now you died and now I am guilty for my whole life. In that sense, you may infect people so close to you.
Yeah.
And you're going to mourn that one party you really wanted to go that killed your best friend. In that sense.
Well, there is one other thing. Once the pandemic is over, it's going to take at least I'm going to go out on a limit here and say I think at least a year and a half for, let's say, all of society, but more specifically the economy to recover.
Yeah. Economy maybe 2 or 3 years. That's what it says. That's what money control says. If you know money control,
But the thing is, right now, to be fair, right now, other than buying the essential supplies, which isn't going to people who are, let's say, middle class people, and above them, obviously.
Yeah.
It's not going to be such a big deal because you'll still have enough money for the essential services.
Sure, but so just like in 2019, I remember it was me, you, and 2 of our friends. We were talking about this, this infographic show, YouTube.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he makes some weird videos about weird facts. And then there are a lot of videos on YouTube about people who've made huge bunkers under their home for a time of the apocalypse. And I mean, we were laughing on them, and now this is it, and the joke's on us.
Oh, it is. So when you go on any streaming service, which is literally all we do nowadays.
Oh, yeah. We should talk
the
about
trending
that.
Movies
are Contagion,
World War Z,
Epidemic, and
literally anything related to a virus that kills tons of people.
Yeah,
I don't know why though. Why would you want to watch a movie which is literally describing your situation a few months in advance?
Yeah.
And making it a bad situation.
Yeah.
Watch movies like Zombieland. If you haven't seen Zombieland, it is a proper satire of what a post-apocalyptic zombie world would be.
I saw
it is funny.
Oh, good. But okay, so today morning I was going to this recommendation of movies, and there are things that I just directly added in my watch list.
Yeah.
And Zombieland and these things were in my watch list.
Yeah.
Because so we met on the 19th. And we were having a fun party.
Yeah.
And
no, we weren't having a party.
Okay, yeah, we were sitting 1 meter apart, using sanitizer all the time.
But we were playing individual Xbox controllers, which we washed with hand sanitizer later. We sanitize our Xbox controllers.
Yeah, I still have that spray lying around somewhere. So anyway, but that time we discussed about these movies and we were watching World War Z. We started it, and there was that one scene where people started raiding a supermarket, and everybody's really desperate for supplies, and it was that scene I couldn't see anymore. We are actually shut it down.
We're a couple of weeks from that situation.
Yeah,
we're not that
but,
far away from that situation.
But yeah, it was so bad that we couldn't watch it.
But if you watch Zombieland, you'll be like, oh, this is actually sick.
Today morning, it was like I added those things in my watch list, and today morning I was removing all of that, like Contagion and Epidemic and World War Z, and I also removed Zombieland.
Didn't you say like if that situation arises where it's a zombie apocalypse, you would jump into the zombies just that you'd become a zombie and end it really quickly?
Yeah, I said that. Yeah, I would do that.
The movie Zombieland gives you a reason otherwise.
What exactly? Like why? Why not jump?
It's just an amazing existence.
Okay, yeah, I get it.
It is an amazing existence.
Yeah.
You can enter a White House. Enter the White House.
Yeah.
That's what Zombieland 2 is, and it's a man's hunt for his Twinkie. That's what she said. But yes, it is. It is a hunt for a Twinkie. I haven't seen Zombieland 1. I've seen the second one, but it does make a post-apocalyptic situation look very fun.
Let's watch it and then give it a go.
We should watch that.
Yeah.
Because that is actually that paints a good picture of let's say the worst case situation we're going to find.
Okay, yeah, I get it. Now I want to watch Zombieland. But so next up, talking about the good things, there is a lot of innovation happening for the coronavirus. Namely, the one thing I was really fascinated by. So when you're wearing mask, right, you don't realize what's behind that mask. But there's a Chinese startup which can do exactly that for you. So like Face ID, but with your mask on and a perfect render of your face. I don't know how they do it, but they did it. And then there was this wristband which buzzes if your hand is like 2 centimeters away from your face. If you're almost going to touch your face, it's going to buzz. So you're like, okay, I don't want to touch my face. And okay, the third one is going to be a mini tank, which is like a full rugged military tank, but it's like not small, but not that huge either. Why? Anyway, so yeah, it's like medium sized, the size of bicycles. And it can sanitize 360.
Okay.
360 around it.
And you can also... Like complex Nagarpalika.
Yeah, complex Nagarpalika.
But the cure already exists. You do not know.
Yeah,
you know what the cure is?
Yeah, Gaumutra,
one of them.
Yeah.
This video is sponsored by UP government. But second cure option, which is very South Indian in its nature, actually sent by...
coconut oil.
One of my uncles, no.
Okay.
Oh, no. Every morning, what you should do is, you should play the Mrityunjaya mantra.
What's that?
Some bhajan. And that has a 98% chance of you not being infected with the virus.
Then I'm cured.
No, and this guy, the guy in the WhatsApp video was like so confident at saying it.
Yeah.
Says a bunch of astronomical astronomy. Which one is the bogus one?
I don't know.
The one that talks about Rashis and...
Astrology.
Yeah. Oh yeah, astrology. Fine.
Yeah.
Let's just have a look. I don't want to look like
because we want to be physicists when we grow up. Yeah. So yeah, we don't want to look like idiots talking about
astrology is the bogus one. Then he spoke a bunch of astrological gibberish and expected us to believe it. Like, ये राशि वो नक्षत्र पे आ जाता है तो
real talk. Yesterday night, my grandfather was watching something on his phone, and I just happened to pull out my earphones, and I was listening to it, and it was something like Rahu China pe tha, and some Rahu Ketu gibberish, and that by after March 31, and he's justifying why Modi is selling March 25 and March 31. as end dates for the curfew and stuff like that. Because after that, Rahu Ketu will go.
Oh, do you know why? March 31st supposedly is, I think in the coming week or something.
Yeah.
It is the Amavasya gets over, and it is the start of the new year for a bunch of sects of Hinduism in India.
Yeah, but that was obviously bogus.
Yeah.
But my grandfather was really impressed, and so I had to give him like a full session on.
Oh no, this actually happens though. When my dad was watching that video, because he really likes to make fun of all this kind of crap.
Yeah.
My dad was watching that video.
Yeah.
I literally just woken up and I heard Mrityunjay in Kannada, obviously.
Yeah.
Mrityunjay mantra bajao, taki tum virus se bach jao. And then I burst into laughter. And the first thing I do when I wake up is burst into laughter. My dad starts laughing simultaneously, and my mom gets super pissed off. She's like,
I get it. But like, the reason it's March 31, because from what I get it is, so it's the period of 2 weeks till the virus, because there's not a lot of people beating each other and being super spreaders. But by the third week, we talked about super spreaders, they can get active. And the third week has seen exponential rise for cases in China, Iran, Italy, and even the US itself. So now, that's why we have something like 25th March, because that's why it was a Sunday Janta curfew, which we'll get onto in a few minutes. But so by that time, if the third week goes well, then that exponential blowout will not happen.
There was actually a very good statistic about that. So we talk about exponential growth, which is essentially just multiplying same value by a single number, and it grows into a parabolic curve.
Yeah.
But the thing is, none of these virus spreads are parabolic curves. The thing is, there is one point where it starts reducing.
Yeah, that's the inflection.
Yeah, that's the inflection point.
Yeah.
But
that's like Rohit Shetty saying "Lekin" in Khatron Mein Khiladi episode.
Like until it reaches that saturation point,
a lot of damage.
Even in simulations done where there is minimal movement between communities, because that is the scary part, right?
Yeah.
The spreading between communities. Even when there's minimal movement between communities, such that the number of infected people who move around are reduced, the amount of people infected will still be the same, or it will still be approximately near that number.
So okay, you actually don't need to go and look on the simulation.
Yeah.
A person told me, one of my fans who is way older than me, but he told me, if you really want to understand what this is, just download this game. It's called Plague Inc. It's pulled out of the Chinese app.
Oh, I saw that.
So I mean, in reality, if you want to get the gist of it, yeah, I know it. You in that game, you have to manufacture a virus, infect a country with it, and then people cross borders the country, business happens, and then it goes on to infect the whole world, and you have to put the whole world in anarchy and kill all of humanity.
I see. The memes of that, several memes.
Now, see, so when I didn't know all this, so I downloaded that game, I played it. That's when I realized how bad a situation can be.
And it's a very accurate simulation, though.
Yeah,
if you go to North Korea, people you haven't infected will be killed first.
Yeah. And no, that is so accurate to the point that India is currently locked down or Pakistan is not. Terrorist activities increase across the board because they also have a world news section in that game. And it's a very accurate game. It's a very accurate game, I can tell you that.
What is this game?
Plague Inc.
God, I've never played it.
And I infected China with it. First thing. No, the tutorial tells you to do that.
It's gone. Server IP address cannot be found.
I have it in my phone right now.
Okay, let me search.
Really?
Plague Space Inc.
Yeah.
Okay, it is a game.
So, I infected China with it. And by the time it ended, I had mutated the virus maybe 4 or 5 times to give it several abilities. That you can do it. You get DNA points. It's like Clash of Clans but deadly. And by the end of it, I couldn't complete it because Madagascar and Greenland were the only 2 countries left with a surviving population.
Clash of Clans is like our future situation. After everybody dies, we go back to barbarian times.
Maybe, we are barbarians. So,
conspiracy theory: Clash of Clans is the sequel to Plague Incorporated.
That's the best conspiracy in a long time.
Although it is a reset button on like the world essentially.
Yeah, okay, that's what I want to talk about also.
It's a very clear reset button. Oh shit, this game is so... God, what is wrong with the endemic creators?
And this is not a game that's just released. It's a game since like maybe 5 years old, 6 years old. Yeah. So, I mean...
I definitely heard of it. I never played it because I was like, it's going to be boring.
I have done 3 takes and I have not been able to destroy the world. But in all of those 3, one thing common I found was all the major nations slip into anarchy in 4 or 5 months. So, okay, it doesn't take so many months. Time passes like 1 day is probably a few seconds. And so in that time, I almost killed all of North America. All of Asia.
You seem excessively proud about it. All of North America.
For a game, yes, dude.
I am Bin Laden. I have inherited whatever was his. I was his favorite.
But I would tell you,
children.
I would tell you, if one day I grew up to be a dictator, I am owing it to internet today. A lot of things I build a perspective on are from the internet.
That's true. That's true.
I mean, not for me only, for all of us.
Yeah.
Because if...
But how does that come into you being a dictator?
If I grow up to be a dictator, it's going to be the surplus, whatever I've seen through these years on the internet. That's what I'm saying.
That's when you're going to take your governance through.
Like, no, I'm not saying that I'm a dictator because my childhood was very rocky. It was not. It's smooth.
Yeah.
But because I saw some dreams from the internet. That's why I become a dictator. I mean...
This slipped into like a first graders conversation.
Yeah.
If you were king of America for one day, what would you do?
Push out the Jews. Sorry, that was German, right? That was a joke for anybody who's wondering, I'm really going to be a dictator. Shouldn't have said that after the fact that I said I want to be a dictator. Anyway, coming back to... India's dictator. No, sorry.
The virus.
No. So,
the whole clapping thing.
The whole clapping thing.
One thing I tell you,
I was doing garba in the balcony, like. Okay, I'm not doing it here.
It was a very positive time,
and for a great moment, I actually forgot everything.
Yeah. But it was very paradoxical. So if you see, there was a cameraman here.
Okay. So we
live the journalist on the other side and people behind him in the building trying to get in the news. And behind them.
So let's give them a preface. Not revealing where we live. We live in a very...
who's going to come and search for us? There are like 20 viewers.
We just said dictator of India. I don't want people in green kurtas on my house. Orange kurtas on my house. Yeah. Anyway, so we live in Tamil Nadu too.
We also pissed off all of the USA.
Yeah, we just killed all of the USA.
But like one person out of the USA is going to watch.
No, I have 3 viewers. I have 3 uncles in the USA. They're Indian, so yeah, they don't.
Sorry, uncle.
They love India.
आपके दोस्त को थोड़ा insult कर.
Anyway, so yeah, we live in Tamil Nadu too, and we had media people coming and shooting it, and we had messages being circulated in WhatsApp group. Okay, they're going to come at 4:30. So 4:30 to 5:15 is our time slot where you have to clap a lot and show the enthusiasm. And so it all started by 4:30. And it was really cool and great in the end. Till the end, I enjoyed it. But after the fact, one thing I realized, I have pictures there. I'll edit it in. Okay. And our society is going to hate us for doing this. Because they always do. Yeah. You guys banned football, we guys do this. So, I didn't like the fact that there were a whole bunch of people downstairs. And they were just collectively standing there, laughing, taking pictures. All that is great.
No, that literally took away the whole point of it.
Yeah.
Like, there is one side which is showing India's overwhelming enthusiastic response to containing the virus and praising those who
those who are
working for us, and which is all well and good. But right behind that, you're making the people who work for you you're turning their effort into poppycock.
Yeah.
Because I've never used the word poppycock. I don't know why I'm using it. Yes, but you turned it into poppycock because right behind the camera there was a huge congregation of let's say who they were. They're basically committee members.
Yeah, I mean, okay, in one sense, they have the responsibility because, some people have to go down there and just, to check everything's fine. But that's a job of maybe 3 or 4 people.
But you don't have to do a team huddle as it is. Even
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
They had a team huddle. For what?
I don't know. And they're like taking selfies and videos and like, it was a pomp and show for me. And the moment I saw that, I just went back in my room.
It was 14 hours of a Janta curfew, which is well enough. I mean, well enough it was executed. But those 15 minutes sort of made it all useless.
Yeah, because and
I saw 2 types of responses on this. I saw Bhakts telling, देखो मोदी जी का ये इतना influence है, like वो ऐसा बोला ना, तो सारे लोग आ गए, जय श्री राम.
So no, okay, one thing.
And the other half were like, Modi ji is not going to give you medal for this.
Okay, yeah.
Which is also a wrong opinion because you're showing your support not to Modi ji but to those people who are working hard.
Yeah.
In a time of crisis.
And this is one thing I don't understand. Why can't views be, centrist sometime?
Or, just be independent of the person who told it.
Like, yeah, I mean, a lot of people call me a Bhakt.
Yeah.
I'm a huge fan of Modi ji.
Yeah.
Maybe owing it a lot to because he is from the same state I am and I've been to his hometown and because, I've been brought up like that.
Yeah.
And I was born when he was CM of the state. But apart from that, even when I see his speeches and things, I like what he's doing. Okay? And in a thing like that, when he, I came home and told my father that, have you seen Justin Trudeau's speech? How well he talked about the economic plan of how the country will move forward and everything. What did our PM do? He talked about clapping hands. That's when he told me something really important, which we never actually realized. There's a huge diversity in our country. I actually did not think about it, but he just told me that you think a rickshawala will understand the economic plan of coming out of the country? No, he wants encouragement at this point of time from a leader he actually
trusts him.
Yeah, he trusts in him, so he would rather want him. So a good step, but I think a lot of places people go wrong.
I think
not for him. A lot of people, like you saw the CA-NRC things going on, they continued their protest.
Which doesn't make sense.
Which does not make sense.
Like, not right now. I mean, I get your point.
This is like a global health crisis.
Yeah, sure. Like, no matter what your opinion on political situations are.
Yeah, but this is like a...
This is a crisis for humanity. It's not a crisis for...
It's like on humanitarian grounds, at least leave...
For one sector.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also, in like closer home in Ahmedabad, as soon as the clock struck 9, people started coming out in the city area. People started coming out. And I don't get why. Like, don't you realize how big of a thing it can be? Because
this is such an essential need for you to get out of the house. Fine, if you're going out to get something essential, like...
That's good. But there's... Okay, again, newspapers sensationalize this, which was another thing not really like me. Yeah. In the morning, I wake up, I look at the newspaper, there are photos of people huddling. Now, okay, we get it, people are huddling, that's bad. You want to get your sales out of it, that's worse. So, I mean, what do you say now?
No, there were 2 sets of media, weren't there? There was this one that criticized the huddling.
Yeah.
There was the other side that completely ignored it. Republic.
Now, for one, dude, they have a different set of agendas. Republic TV. But one thing I liked, for once, I actually I never watched the news, and people close to me know this. I watched, the Z News TV anchor, Sunil Chaudhary. I watched his video, and it was really good. I can tell you that. Yeah.
Isn't he the guy who told jihad for everything?
No. He is probably the most centrist guy you can find on anything. He's one of the sensible news anchors, and I liked the way he presented news. But because of a lot of other TV channels, I just stopped watching news. Instead, I used other forms of, news. But this time about Sudhir Chaudhary, he did a vlog from his house, and it was not on the channel. Like, it was maybe on the channel also, but he put it elsewhere. I saw it on YouTube, and it was really good. So I think that's one thing we have to appreciate. Like, some people are actually taking the step. Like, a lot of Bollywood actors, like, they made one common video. Kartik Aaryan made a video, and PM Narendra Modi retweeted it. Or probably put it in his Instagram. Somehow, he recognized it, like, he acknowledged it. And it was really good.
So, but if you... Oh, his rage video.
His monologue, yeah. Yahi to problem kya hai? Like that, yeah. And so, getting back to reset.
Where do I see this headed? I would say I see this headed as a economic and social reset it's a reset button for the whole world.
Yeah, definitely. Agreed.
Is it going to be good or bad? Well, we'll have to wait and see. There's no way of finding that out at the moment. Is it going to be as serious in India as it is everywhere else? Because I've heard people say this, and it is so dumb. It is so dumb that Indians are somehow immune to this virus due to genetic.
I don't know. That's really
no. A doctor came on the news and told that. CNBC had one of those news channels. A doctor came and told there might be a slight possibility that Indians have special genes which protects them from this virus, and that makes sense.
That doesn't make sense.
But because India is doing moderately well in containing it, I don't think it's going to be as dire of a situation as it is in Italy.
It depends. It should not be.
It should not be. But India's population density sort of works against it.
Okay.
But what I've noticed is that it's turning out to be the rich man's virus. Because if you see, it's spread to other countries through international travel.
Yeah.
And people who can afford international travel are usually well off.
Yeah. But again, talking about population density, as I said, people living in the city area, which is like basically walled city of Ahmedabad, which is the golden city of Ahmedabad, they are living a lot denser than we are.
Imagine if one of the guys in Dharavia gets the virus. It's going to spread like wildfire.
It's little wildfire.
Yeah. And so in India, the population density is going to work against it, but it has recorded only 7 deaths as of now. As of
current demographics.
Yeah, as of now when we're recording this.
As of recording this video, that's the most used YouTuber line in these few days. As of recording this video.
That's really sad. As of recording this
video,
only 25 million people have been infected. By tomorrow, it might rise to 35. We never know.
But talking about reset, I never wake up usually in the mornings, especially after exams, because nobody does. And so you're watching movies at night and stuff like that. But so basically, we live so much on the outskirts of Ahmedabad that we can hear birds in the morning. You can't in Vastrapur. You just can't do that. But now I'm even hearing birds like around the afternoon, like 11, 12. Like when I wake up and when my system is like, kya chal raha hai? Like,
Also, as a student, I realized one thing. Our batch might be one, or our batch in like 2000. Basically, anybody's exam has got over now and they're in the higher classes. Yeah. We might be the batch that has a delayed passing out of school.
Oh, yeah.
Because reopen is going to be postponed.
Yeah, definitely. Because the fact that we are in week 3 right now. Okay. Yeah. China has gotten over with it.
Yeah. Although wave 2 is coming and this
wave 2 is coming, definitely.
Yeah.
But like one wave is gone.
Yeah.
And so we know that wave 2 is coming, so they're going to be prepared for it.
Yeah.
But by any chance, okay, let's say if it's even postponed and then wave 2 comes, we are doomed.
No, think about our situation is at least fine. It's like with 11th, it's not that key of a shift. Think of those kids who just passed out 12th.
Oh yeah, because their college is going to start.
They're in such a weird position right now.
Because even JEE is postponed.
JEE is postponed. Other than the people who already gave it. Like those people who haven't given it yet, they're almost like they're screwed.
But even like we started in grade 10, so even our board checking is postponed.
Board checking postponed, yeah.
So
board checking is postponed.
I don't know what's gonna happen in grade 11.
We might this is when is the last time school might have been postponed?
I have no idea.
Reopening has never been postponed.
Yeah. In fact, our 10th reopening was preponed. It was brought ahead. No, because you want to finish. No. Our reopening. Like when we came from 9th, when we entered 10th, it was brought ahead because board exams are brought ahead. Because they usually happen in March. But that's a great coincidence. We would have not been giving.
Our schools are probably going to be postponed by about 2 months to be.
Definitely.
You know how many days dummy school is postponed?
How many?
They postponed it by a total of 10 days. 10
days, that's it.
10 days. I'm not joking. Our friend Siddharth, who's joining dummy next year.
Yeah.
Akash got postponed by 10 days. They're going to postpone it again, but the thing is, even they're skeptical on it. They're like, चलेगा बच्चों को नीट देना है, नीट तो अंदर से मर जाता है, तो बाहर से भी मार डालेंगे.
Okay, yeah. Because I mean, how inhumanitarian, whatever is it?
Unhuman.
No, it's inhuman.
Inhuman, yeah.
What? I used to pride myself on being really good at English. Maybe now. But anyway, so talking about reset, in Bombay and people are now seeing dolphins.
Seriously?
Yeah, maybe. I mean, I read that somewhere.
I've never seen Bombay that quiet though. I've never seen Bombay that quiet.
You talking about Bombay? I was scared out of my guts when I woke up, and so this had hyped to another level. Yeah. In the morning, I think of 20th. So 19th we had a huge, we had a lot of fun. We also went down by 12 and I came home, I watched a movie and then I slept. And the next morning I woke up and I was expecting we will be playing cricket and stuff in the morning there. And it was nobody. And the 2 days after that, so when the Janata Curfew was announced, next morning I went down to play badminton. Yeah. It was maybe 21st or maybe 20th itself. I went down to play badminton and that was probably the most tense time because I actually saw some mothers coming down and taking their children home because they were genuine. Okay, that was the day when the first case was reported in Safal 1.
Oh yeah, but that came out negative.
That came out positive. Yeah. But it turns out that he was not a resident of Safal 1. He was just a guest.
He was the brother of the woman who got infected.
That is also maybe not true. Maybe. That's what is doing the rounds.
I don't know.
Yeah, because all of that's WhatsApp. So
auntie news sources, it's quite reliable. All the time.
All the time. Auntie news is quite reliable. Anyhow, so that's what happened. And in the following days, all I've actually done is call up the regular 4 or 5 set of people in the morning who are living here or living in Vastrapur, and क्या चल रहा है, कुछ नया आया है, कोई केस हुआ है ऐसा.
Within the next 3 months, तेरे को हो गया क्या? सही है ना तू? Yeah, मैं सही.
Good. It's good because we really can't meet them. So
in the next few months, parents will be scared. Phone मत उठा. अगर वो खास रहे phone मत उठा.
But if it happens and school starts, we are going to be the worst. We study in a school of 5,000 people.
They'll probably start online. Principal is already what is it? Praised.
Oh my god.
Principal is already
maybe he's going to watch this video.
No, he's not.
Maybe.
No, he's not.
It is a wild possibility.
Then you're going to edit that out.
Yeah, then I'm going to beep it out.
That makes it worse.
Okay, yeah, then I'm just, yeah.
Principal has already, I think, glorified it on one of the news.
Okay, yeah, he replied. Okay, so Ahmedabad Mirror approached him and he gave a reply to, yeah.
They were going to start online classes.
Yeah. But like online classes.
Oh, there was this one sick video. One of those tripods like the one we have right here.
Yeah.
Stick them onto your computer.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I've seen it.
Have a video of you sitting there and like. Yeah. Listening to something
and you are actually sleeping on a bed.
Yeah. So you played on when you're behind playing watching something on Prime. This.
Yeah, that's like, but like I can literally be laying in my bed.
Yeah.
And like when the teacher says like press the space bar when I call your name for attendance, I can just like I'm just sleeping. I can actually log into it and just lie because people happen to have multiple devices, obviously. Like we are sitting with 3 right now. We are recording on 1. We have 5. We have 5 things. Let's make it all cool.
Just cough on camera and everybody cuts the call.
Or okay, there's this meme which obviously came from Reddit and now it's really viral on Instagram. The teacher asks, "How do I turn on the video?" And his student says Alt F4, and stuff like that. Yeah, you haven't seen it.
I haven't seen it.
What kind of a Redditor are you?
I don't go on Reddit that much. I don't like Reddit that much.
I would punch you in the face right now. But so like the teacher asks, "How do I turn on my video?" And the student says, "Ma'am, Alt F4," and like that closes the window.
That closes the window. I don't know.
Yeah. Alt plus F4 closes the window. What are you doing?
Oh, it does. That's sick.
1 year ago. Yeah. 1 year ago, we made a video.
Yeah.
About how bad the computer textbook is.
Did we?
Yeah, we did. I mean, we never uploaded it, but we shot it there outside.
Oh yeah, we did. But we didn't get good audio for it.
Yeah, we didn't get good audio or good video for it. I mean, now we're finally doing this. But the thing I'm saying is, you were ratting out the Indian education system for having a bad computer textbook, and you don't know what Alt F4 is. That's like really bad.
Whose fault is that? The Indian education system?
Yeah, okay. You can blame it on the Indian education system, or you can blame it all on Nehru.
Nehru kaise?
That's a Shashi Tharoor line. He did stand up.
Okay,
he did that stand up on with Sapan Verma and Kunal Kamra.
Kunal Kamra.
Oh yeah. We said Kunal Kamra.
Mera coffee thanda hai.
This is probably the only video in which we said Kunal Kamra and Republic TV in different lines and not mentioning the whole hype behind that. Yeah. We'll probably do another video on that, but I think we're done for now, right?
Yeah.
This was it. And okay, we didn't come up with a name, right?
We did.
Let's call it I don't know podcast.
I had no idea.
But yeah, I had no idea. I don't know. I had no idea. So the format of the podcast is basically one of us doesn't know what the other one is talking about. One of us brings up a topic and explains it to the other, and then we discuss it. And in a way, that's probably going to be entertaining and enlightening, and other adjectives.
You can call this. You know how the first episodes of any series are called pilots?
Yeah, this is going to be a pilot.
So we can call it the pilot, but not really because you're not allowed to fly anywhere. We can call it that. That's not a bad name.
That's the best joke you've made since morning. Maybe. But anyway, if you have any other ideas.
I had to open a Wikipedia page for this. You know how much effort that takes? And how productive that is?
Wikipedia. And if you have any other thing you want us to talk about, or you want us to give our gyan about.
I'm going and watching Seinfeld.
छोटा है YS डॉलर साइन कंबाइंड कॉलम्बाइन या ना है बॉर्डर लाइन जब साथ है ऑल काइंड ग्राइंड इन ऑल द टाइम और लाइफ है ऑन द लाइन करूँ ना हो या स्वाइन मैं तो करूँ क्वारंटाइन